Hello and welcome back to Minecraft Horizons mod pack. Now today I'm going to do something a bit different. This is not going to be a regular episode of my Horizons mod pack series. This is going to be a let's build kind of episode where I plan on doing a speed build of my fortress up there behind me. Now what I plan on doing is after I cut in this intro thing I'm doing right now, I'm going to start building on my fortress, my floating thing I have planned, and I'm plan on doing fast forward type thing. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know how good it's going to come out. So this is the first time I've ever tried doing a fast forwarded speed build type thing, so this might turn out incredibly horrible and I may never do it again. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? So basically what I plan on doing is having a 5-block wide kind of half, well, not really half, more of a quarter sphere coming up from this bottom platform all the way to that circle that I have built, that circular area I have built up there. And what I'm using is stone brick and stone stairs upside down, as well as basalt, and for now I'm using marble. And as you'll see later, I decide against using the marble, even though at the time I thought it looked okay. It just did not turn out as well as I thought it would. Yeah. Now, kind of got a upside down right there, but yeah, what I plan on doing with this entire build is to have a half sphere type thing underneath this entire platform, just hanging down from it. And this is, as you can see, I have the first portion of it right there, and I'm taking a look to see if I have it even, as well as how well it looks, and unfortunately I did not see just how bad it looked right there. And yeah, that white stripe down the middle, I thought it would look good, but it just doesn't. It basically looks like a road that's kind of just been bent out of shape. But yeah, at some point I do decide to go back and change that, as you will be seeing in a bit. So yeah, I managed to get just the right shape and get it shaped just right and connect exactly where it needed to be, right there on the circle. And here we have it, at least this section of it completed. Unfortunately, it did not turn out quite like I hoped. As you can see, that white stripe of marble right down the middle, it just doesn't look right. So I decide to later on change that out and just go with standard brick. But as you can see, the quarter sphere has come into shape, in just the right shape. It did turn out the way I wanted it to, more or less, in that regard at least. But yeah, that marble just doesn't look right. And there's also the way the way it looks from the outside. It looks kind of flat, just having just a straight line, just like that. Even with the different colors of the stone, the basalt and the marble, and once I change out the marble to just normal stone, it still looked kind of flat. So what I decided to do was change it up a little bit, like I'm doing right here, and just extending out the stone brick by one to give it a bit of differentiation and add a little bit of depth by having it not completely flat against the basalt like this. And now, as you see, I have already switched out the other two the other brick, as well as switching out that marble. And as you can see, by just bringing it out a single block like this, it has added quite a bit of depth, broken up that just flat space that was there, and I think it turned out a lot better than it was before. Now, this is not the final design. I redo it just a little bit more, the stone brick out just another 1 block so it's not flat against that flat area, and I just copy that all the way through, and I went to the other side and just copied that design completely. As you can see here, I am doing it slightly different to the way it was, but overall I think it turned out fairly well. And once I finished up this side, I copied it again on the other 2 sides, and yeah, I think it turned out fairly well. I still need to do the quarter pieces in between the 4 posts, but these four sides did turn out the way I wanted it. I finally got it done the way I wanted it, and yeah. Okay, well, now that I have these 4 sides made, I can start working on these quarter sphere areas in between them, which is what I'm going to be doing next. I just wanted to stop and show you what I have done so far. I copied the design I had on that one side, on this side, and the other 2 as well, and now I think it turned out fairly well. So let's get started on these quarter sphere areas right now. So the hardest part about building a sphere, much less an upside down sphere so high off the ground, is actually getting the sides to even out like this. I mean, just getting these four side pieces set up and evened out took me quite some time. And to be perfectly honest, the video footage I actually showed in this video was, I think, the 4th time I tried to record me building it, because I kept screwing up and getting the actual numbers wrong when I was setting it up. So I had to rebuild it like 2 or 3 different times. And yeah, getting these domes set up just right, getting them to look just right, is the most important thing, because if they look off even just a little bit, it looks horrible. And you have to calculate, you have to pay attention to how many blocks you're putting down and what they look like and how it's going to look when it's done. And that's really the most important thing when you're building a dome like this, is paying attention and making sure everything lines up the way it's supposed to. I mean, I was able to get this done fairly easily simply by following the bricks on the side and using them as a guide. I was basically just go one out and put a upside down stair right next to where the stone bricks were, and just come up by one, which turned out fairly well. I was able to keep that same pattern and build it up from there. Now, getting the center portions, like right here, is where it got a bit tricky. And using the using that same method, I was able to build it up slowly on the sides, going all the way up to the circle at the top, and using that as a guide as well, I was able to get everything looking pretty even right there. Now, once I get done with this and we look at it from the bottom, you'll be able to see just what I'm talking about. Gotta love that wrench. Too bad it doesn't always work. But yeah, getting this set up like this is time consuming because you have to pay attention to everything. You have to watch, you have to count out the bricks, you have to make sure you don't screw up, because if you screw up by a single block, it can throw the entire shape off. And believe me, I've done that. Yeah, this is the reason I had to record the building the black and gray basalt and brick portions like 3 times, because I got it off by one single block and I just had to rebuild the entire thing. But luckily I did not have to rebuild this entire thing. It came out perfectly. I managed to pay attention and not screw up. At least not screw up too badly. So yeah, here we go. It is almost done to the last few blocks. There we go. So this is what I have come up with for the actual half dome. I'm not really sure how it looks from the outside, so let's go take a look and see. Let me grab my boat and we'll head down there and take a look at what it looks like from the outside. Now, I think it looks okay. Now what I plan on doing is, once I have the floors inside of it and have everything set up inside, I'm going to have some windows at different points in those half spheres. But yeah, I think it actually looks pretty good. From here, at least from here, it looks pretty good. From a distance, yeah, you know, I think it looks okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what I've done here on these other 3 sides and see if it looks okay. If it does, then hopefully it's okay and I will have it done. So I am going to take the time and cut the video here and get back to work repeating what I've done right here on the other 3 sides, and come back later on in the next video. Now, depending on how well this video comes out, how it actually looks once I've sped up the footage, this might actually be the last and first and only one I've done like this, because if it turns out horrible, I'm not going to do it again. But if it turns out okay, I might do another speed video of me setting up the upper portions, because once I get these last 3 sides done, I'm going to put in some floors and maybe start moving my stuff over if I have some stuff to move over. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been me speed building, fast building, or whatever it's called. Me building my fortress, my floating fortress thing. Now, this is only a portion of it done. I've still got plenty of other work to do. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and that is even, right? Yeah, that's even. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.